I crashed it. No, wait, I got it back. Okay. That's fine, don't worry about it. That's okay. Locking stuff.
Yes.
Did we
go to some
Look at that. No. Okay, you see that? Now I can't dismantle it.
And you cannot sell it.
And I cannot sell it. Look at that. Marking as favorite using the tab button.
People are asking if these changes are going to affect the
Cannot dismantle it.
gear. Can you talk about it?
Yes. So basically everything you see, all the changes made, will affect existing gear. So you will not have old Firecrest gear set. All the Firecrest gear set will now have the same effect as the one you see here. And apart from the performance mods and the weapon mods, those will be completely re-rolled. For the rest, your equipment will still have its identity, will still have the same bonuses on it. But for example, if we buffed a stat on, if we buffed a skill power on backpacks, for example, then your current backpack will have a buff in skill power. On the other side, if we nerfed crit damage on backpack, then your backpack will have a nerfed crit damage as well.
That's cool. That marker's favorite thing is really...
Well, let's find some. But basically, we removed the skill bonus that you get from your gear because it added a lot of RNG, and most of the time you don't want to spend your recalibration to recalibrate that skill bonus. So basically now you just need to find the performance mode that gives you that bonus, and you can have more freedom in customizing your gear to make your skills more effective.
So what items actually have performance?
So the holster, the backpack has 2,
and knee pad has 1.
Knee pad has 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
So not all items have performance mode slots. Just just these 3. So that's in total 4 slots.
4 slots
for performance mods. So yeah, you can actually really customize your gear a bit more.
Maybe we can talk about weapon mods then, if we are talking about mods.
Well, I'm going for.
So, those are purple mods. So, our weapon mods work before every time, and you can experience it if you try to craft a mod, for example. Every type of mod will come with a fixed major bonus and a second major bonus that is random. So, it was the problem we had with that is what. It was too easy to have everything you needed, like both stability and weapon handling stuff, and at the same time damage. Player didn't have any choice to do while equipping their weapon mods. They just could take everything that was, I will have stability, max accuracy, max crit damage, etc. We said it before. With the reduction of time to kill also come some tweaks in the weapon handling, and we want the weapon handling to feel actually have much more impact on when you shoot at NPCs or other players. So how we do that? Now each mod still come with a major bonus, but then it will roll, depending on the quality of the mod, several minor bonuses. What does that mean? That means that now you have to make a choice on your gun. If you want it to be really stable, but then you will have to sacrifice some damage, or if you want to go full damage, but then you will have a lot of recoil, maybe lack of accuracy. So depending on your gun, for example, the ICR is pretty stable already, so you can probably spec a little bit more damage. An AK-47 or an M4, which has much more recoil, then you might want to spec stability on it, for example. And those are purple mods. When you will have iron mods, those will have 1 major bonus and 2 minor bonuses. So once again, it creates some variability and some player choice. That can be so no more. Yeah, let's go for damage, I guess.
Yeah. Why don't you have
once
a choice
again,
here?
in the dev blog, you have the full list of the major bonuses that can roll on each weapon mod. If you want more info on that.
Okay, so. And you talked about the fact that we removed a lot of the useless stats from there.
Yeah, something else. So it was not useless, but for example...
No, I'm saying useless, but it's not useless.
Accuracy, you had different kind of accuracy in the game, like accuracy, hip-fire accuracy, stability, we had regular stability, initial bullet stability, horizontal stability. So what we did is just merge those. So now there is just accuracy and stability, and everything is merged together. So you don't have to think too much about it. You want your gun to be more stable, you take stability, and it will do the work for you, basically.
I see a lot of people asking what about existing mods. So yeah, we are actually for the mods. We're gonna have to re-roll all the mods. So
Yeah,
that's the bummer.
Big disclaimer. So both performance mods and weapon mods, because those are the ones that we had to basically change, and we don't want to keep old legacy, probably overpowered mods. All your weapon mods and performance mods are going to be completely re-rolled. Advice: you should try to harvest as much mods as you can right now before the update, because after the re-roll, then you will have a lot of chance to have the new stuff that you want on your gun. So don't sell them, don't deconstruct them. I mean, you can if you want, but I will not advise that.
Yeah. I see a lot of people asking for the dev blog. Gabe, if you're watching, can you put a command on Moobot for the dev blog so people can actually find the link? So I'm going to go with that.
Weapon skins. Weapon skins. Well, you
I don't have any weapon skins now.
Don't take inventory space.
No. Yeah, they don't take inventory space. So now you can obviously still pick your weapon skins, but they don't take inventory space. And also, last I heard, they are shared across the whole account.
Yeah, you just need one weapon skin of. I think they are also shared per weapon.
Yeah.
Like I think you just need one weapon skin per type, and
Yeah.
you can equip it on all your weapons.
Yeah, exactly. So you just need to have it once, and then you can use it everywhere. So I probably don't have mods left for this one anyway.
Let's go shoot that stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shoot at stuff. Yeah, we don't care. We're not gonna keep this gear for long anyway.
Choose your skills. What skills do you have?
Oh yeah, what skills do I have?
There are a lot of changes on skills as well.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if we want to go through each of them. Maybe we should start with a basic, with first aid and support station, maybe. Or you want to play? Well,
How do you want to do it?
So first aid, we can already slightly talk about it. The changes that we made on first aid, and especially on the first aid mods. So now we want to give skill mods, especially, much more identity. And for example, if we go through first aid, you have the base first aid that heals you. Then you have the defibrillator. That one now is pretty cool. So it's the one that revive a downed teammate. Spoiler, it now revive dead teammates. Not in the dark zone. In the dark zone, once you are dead, you go directly to the death screen and nobody can revive you. But in the open world, in PvE, defibrillator can now revive your teammate when they are dead. And it's also we want that one to have the identity of the healer in the group. So the defibrillator, for example, heals your teammate more than it heals you. You can see that here. So
33 for you and 66 for the teammate.
So that one will be like for the healer of the group. Overdose on the other side, that one is much more for solo players, or at least like not healer. So that one heals you more than it heals your group members. And not much change on the booster shot. We might tweak the actual damage buff and damage mitigation that you get from it. But I think the devlog is also pretty exhaustive with the skill changes. So you can have a look at that.
There's a list in the dev blog of what kind of changes we're doing. We are not, there's one thing that you should know with the dev blog, guys. We are not giving numbers and values in the dev blog because it's all potential rebalancing depending on your feedback on the PTS. So that's why we don't want to commit on the dev blog and say, hey, we tweak this value to that because it might change. So most of the time you won't find values, but you get the ideas and we're explaining what kind of changes we're doing. And then it's going to be based on feedback. So, yeah.
And last thing, while we are on the skills, we probably not go through all the skills, but at least the signature skill, some really cool changes there as well. Recovery link.
I want this one.
Now, so two things. First off, it revives your teammates when they are dead as well. Once again, not in the dark zone. And the really cool thing is that if you are playing solo, so if you are not in a group, but you have recovery link equipped, when you get downed by an NPC, the recovery link will automatically activate itself and revive you. So if you are playing solo, Yannick, I would advise to.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for that one.
Tactical link, some tweaks here as well. We, especially with the change we are making on weapon handling and everything, we want to give the tactical link more of an identity of how could we say, a kind of berserk mode. So basically, it will affect your weapons much more than your damage, crit damage, and everything. So basically, for a short burst of time, you will have much more RPM on your weapon, much more reload speed. So it's actually really cool to use. Like at some point, you're like, "Oh my god, I'm so powerful," and then it's gone.
So apparently, yeah, we misspelled lethal. So we need to inform whoever wrote that. Okay.
Survival link values has been tweaked a little bit. The damage mitigation and overall armor in general and damage mitigation could go way too crazy, and we had the weirdness, especially in PvP fights, that everybody's popping his survival link and everybody's just looking at each other until the survival link is down. So to make it on par with the other skills, that one has been, the damage resistance from it has been nerfed a little bit.
Yeah.
But that goes with, of course, the reduction of time to kill and everything.
Yeah.
We should, let's.
I'm gonna use the turret, the flame turret, just because. So we buffed the turrets, right?
Yeah, we buffed the turret a lot, especially in terms of damage, of course, and survivability of the turret as well.
Yeah.
And especially with the new time to kill against the NPCs, it's a really cool skill.
Armor less effective in 1.4. Yeah. Do you want to talk about that briefly, and then maybe we'll do something? But
yeah. Okay. Character. How much armor do you have?
So I have. Where am I? Survivability. So I have 2,500.
Okay, so that's 30% weapon damage mitigation. So once again, do not compare that with what you have currently in the game right now. The damage that the NPCs are dealing has been lowered by a lot. So this is actually a much more balanced experience now. The things we didn't talk about world tier and world bracket, but basically we want the armor to. We want you to keep investing on your armor while you are leveling up and increasing your gear score. It's more detailed in the dev blog, but it will not be easy to reach the armor cap. It will actually probably at first be almost impossible. So you will not be able to reach 75% damage mitigation with the armor. The good news is that we have a lot of previously useless talents that gives you more armor and damage mitigation. Those will now be much more effective.
Yeah, well, they don't care about your armor. They want to know what field proficiency is.